Hello, hello. Hi, Miss Danielle. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Sarah?
I'm good. We were talking before we got started, and I don't think Danielle and I have done a video together since maybe like the spring. It feels like a long time.
It feels too long.
I love
Yeah.
your background. It's looking beautiful. I see a lot of northern lights going on back there. Are those kids' art projects?
They are, yeah. My oldest made the Northern Lights, and then my youngest is the colorful art. He loves
I
those.
love that. Those are beautiful. What a great
Thank you.
project right now. Did you guys get to see the Northern Lights?
We did, yeah. It's
That's
been
so
very vivid here.
because you live up in Washington, right?
Yeah, we're just about 20 minutes outside of Seattle, and
Did you
so, but
guys
we don't
get to
have the
see the
city lights.
comet?
I haven't been able to see the comet because we're into fall now, and every time I go out to look, it's clouds.
Oh
We've had a
man.
little bit of rain
Well, it
and yeah.
sounds like it's supposed to be visible for about 3 weeks.
Oh, good.
And for us, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but here in the Bay Area, we look west and about 45 minutes after the sun sets, you can really see it.
Wow.
So I don't know how it differs depending on your latitude. If you're up north, if it's a little bit different or similar, I'm not sure on that, but I'm sure you can Google it, and hopefully you'll get a
Yes.
non-cloudy day in here where you
Yeah,
can
and
see it.
I've been intending to nerd out on, like, looking up the information on where it actually is and what it's coming in, what direction, and,
Yeah.
but just going out and looking up, I'm like, "Oh, clouds."
I'm a total space nerd. So I have been just loving this opportunity to stargaze and like talk
Aw.
about why we have northern lights and what comets are, and like the idea that this comet hasn't been seen since the Neanderthal age and then it won't be seen
Wow.
again for 80,000 years just like sort of blows my mind.
Crazy, right?
Really cool. Deborah's noting that Thursday is a full moon, and I think it's the harvest moon. So that usually
Yes.
means it's kind of a beautiful orange color. And I think it's like one of the big moons of the year, too, where you can see it really well. So if you get a chance to go and see that moon, too, look for that for sure. Cynthia's
Yeah.
saying, have you been affected by any of the earthquakes in Southern California? Not even a bit. I don't even know about it. Did they happen today? I've been busily trying to hire someone for multiple positions in our main office, and I feel like I have blocks on because every moment I'm kind of working on that, and I haven't been paying attention to the news. Let's see what else is going on here. It's just watching all those beautiful comments rolling in. Cynthia, let me know about the earthquakes. I'd love to hear more about that. We're so happy to have you here today, Danielle. Danielle is going to show us a beautiful bracelet. And as you can see, you can use many different kinds of beads and make it unique, but it's kind of the same technique for each of
Yep.
these three bracelets that you're showing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is a great way to bust up some beads that have been sitting in your stash, and you're ready to make something maybe for the upcoming holiday season as a gift, or for a friend or family member you're going to see over Thanksgiving. This is a great pattern that, like I said, you can use lots of different kinds of beads. So if you've got a little bit of this left or a little bit of that, think about whether it would be a good fit for this design as Danielle is showing it to you. I think it's going to be really a handy tool for you guys to do. You can see on my table, I have been daydreaming, you guys, about doing a seed bead project again. I've been wearing this one a lot this month for Halloween. I did it last fall, and just love it. I get tons of compliments on it. It's just a repetitive little pumpkin, nothing really tricky or difficult. But it's nice and it's very relaxing to do just a repetitive pattern like this. And I had come up with it using one of the patterns that Miss Danielle had shared with us. that I printed and then just colored on. And so I have been daydreaming about doing a vote bracelet. I don't need to know how you're voting in the comments. We're not going to talk about who we're voting for today, but we're going to talk about how we need to vote. And so I was thinking how nice it would be to do a vote bracelet. I was hoping to do it in the dark blue with the white as the vote, but I'm running out of dark blue. I used too much of it on another project. So I'm thinking about starting it in red and white and seeing how I like it. Red as the background, white as the letters. So I was going to start that on my end, and Danielle's going to show us this great project. Maybe I'll have enough done that you can see some little piece of it. We'll see. But I'm really excited about having a new little bracelet to add to my bracelet armory of peyote stitch. Now that Danielle taught this to me, I felt like it was the perfect day to like pull it out and get it started. And we're like 3 weeks away from voting day. So
Are we really? Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Got to start wearing my voting bracelet.
I just love that you knew you were going to see me, so you thought of seed beads.
Yeah, like, what am I going to do today? I'm going to do that bracelet I've been thinking about, because I think about it. I've thought about it every day for a week, probably. So today is the day I'm going to get it started. So let's go to Danielle's table. I think you guys all saw there's a giveaway going. You must be present at the end to win. We've got some new products. Let me go to my screen real fast and then we'll flip over to Danielle. We have some new products that just went in the shop today. We have got a really fun little trick or treat bag. These are pretty awesome. I am doing 50% off the full retail value on these. So if you bought all of these items on our website, you would pay twice as much than if you buy them in this cute little trick or treat bag. They are a mystery bag. There are 3 different styles that we put together. They're absolutely adorable. I hope you enjoy them. We have a very limited quantity of them. So if you want one, grab them quickly. We did not do the amount we do for kits or for any of the other projects we do. They're just like a fun bite-sized little thing that you can grab for $15, but it has a retail value of $30. And you could even go to the website and add all those things to your cart and you would see that is its full retail value. It's not even a guess. Sometimes we have to guess, but this time it's stuff from our website that I personally put together for you. Also new today, we've got these hand-painted ceramic pieces. They're coming in pairs, so you can use them as an earring if you want to, but this could probably be seed beaded as well. Don't you think, Danielle?
Oh yeah, they're beautiful.
Aren't they nice? I know.
I love the blue.
Yeah, look at that one.
Mm.
Yeah, you could probably seed bead around the edge of it if you wanted to and make it extra special, or you could just hang it from an ear wire just like this, or add a jump ring, make it a pendant, and it's going to look pretty snazzy. They're all really, really nice. We also have limited quantities on these. So if you want to grab them, do those quickly. I'll be showing them at the Great Bead Extravaganza this weekend, and often things go very quickly at the Great Bead Extravaganza. So get your orders in soon. Also, we have a coupon code, 15% off the entire website. So if you had been eyeing some of those other beautiful ceramics we put in recently, or if you were looking to get one of our latest kits, like our Day of the Dead kit for TGBE this weekend, or our Badlands kit, you can get 15% off by using our coupon code, which Thomas is going to type into the comments because I did not memorize it. They are kind of large. Kristen, when I saw these, I thought of you. I felt like these had kind of a cool Kristen vibe that you would enjoy. So I definitely am excited to see you use those for something. I know, they are so good. They're really nice. They're hand painted from Peru. They come from the same place that the other ceramics come from, but I feel like they put some extra good time into those to make them really, really special. Okay, Fall Fest 24 to get that 15% off. All right, coming over to you, Miss Danielle. You've got a little trick on your counter.
Do you remember him? I got this from one of your. You remember which one? I think it was more than a year ago. I can't remember now. It was from one of the Softflex kits.
Yes, we did like a Spider Queen kit.
Yes, that was the one. He was. I save him, and every year he appears in a photo.
Our friend is still there.
He'll always be there. I have him out year round, to be honest.
Oh, I bet the kids like him.
They do. They keep hiding him.
All right, I'm going to quiet down over here and start my beading project while you are showcasing this beautiful design.
Sure, yeah. So I discovered as I was working through these guys that there's a little more flexibility for what you can use than just the very fine if you want to use the fine. They both work, actually. And what I did for these designs is the same. It's the same concept and idea. And if you want, I could try to show like a little snippet of each one for how it's constructed. But the basic premise is that you take a 35 to 40 inch strand of either the fine or the very fine, and working from the midpoint, you start the midpoint with about 6 seed beads. And that's true on all of these with 6. And in this case, I did something just a smidge different, but it's the same idea. And what you want to do is you bring them through a 2-hole bead. So crossing each other like this through a 2-hole bead. And I think I might work with a black color today so you can see a little more like what I'm doing. But you bring them through the bead and then they kind of crisscross in an infinity motion. So it's like it starts like that, where they cross over like that. You string some more beads on each side, and then you bring them through. See, kind of just in over and over, you're doing that. It's actually, I would barely call it bead weaving, to be totally honest. It's more just kind of like intricate stringing. And so that gives you this opportunity to bring on all kinds of beads. So I found lentils, I found daggers in my stash, super duos, ginkgos, and these could be anything. They could be just basically any beads you've got. I think even some little fire polish. But I liked this one because when you're wearing it, it looks like a little centipede. It's really cool on, actually. So yeah,
it's super
fun. And I had a little fun with the cobalt color, and I just put on like a matching dagger. This one was made of lentils. It was one of the first ones I made. And so that one also wears really cool, and you could dangle little charms from it. And I just made a little picot on the edge with 11 seed beads. And then this one was one of the last ones I made, and it's probably just the one that's the most different from the others, but it's also the easiest. If you have handy, if you don't have ginkgo beads, Gem Duo and Super Duo will work in their place in the same configuration.
Those ginkgo beads are so pretty. Where can people find those?
I got the ones that are on my mat from Jill Wiseman. If you like the colors of these Super Duos, she has these as a kit. It's like a, all 4 of these colors come together in a 4-piece set. Ooh. So you can get that from her if you're looking for some nice fall colors. And
here at Softflex, we love Jill Wiseman. She is a good buddy of mine, and we're always happy when you're giving her business too. So please go over and take a look at her website for some of the things that Danielle is showing today.
Yes, absolutely. It's fun. Just when you're on that website, you end up building quite the cart. I usually do.
And then Danielle, are you doing videos for Jill? Did I see that recently?
Yeah, we're going to be doing, at least one a month. Sometimes, like for October, we're actually going to have 3. So at least 1 or 2 a month. And I've already actually got the next one done. It's like in process and a plan for the one after that. So yeah, I'm having a good time.
That's so good. So when can they regularly tune in to see a video from you? Is there a certain day of the month or?
Yeah, she launches them. So what I do for her is a pre-recorded video. And so they're usually launched at 8 a.m. Central Time. So super early for us. They're launched as, pre-records on her YouTube channel. So you can watch it at your leisure. any day on the Friday. And my next one will be the 25th of October.
So make sure you're subscribed to Jill Wiseman's YouTube channel. I can't imagine any of you aren't, because I feel like she has like 5 million subscribers. But just in case you're not. And then if you haven't been there for a while, go look around on Jill's YouTube channel too, because sometimes when you don't go somewhere for a while, whether it's a Facebook page or an Instagram post, they don't show it to you anymore, or they don't give you notifications when things happen. So go and maybe even click like on a few of her videos, so it reminds YouTube, hey, I like Jill Wiseman. Tell me when Danielle's video goes live, so that you can check it out.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And it's so cool, guys. It's such a fun thing to just check out. So we just did some, actually, speaking of delicas, we just did some sugar skull earrings.
Oh, I saw those.
Those were so fun.
They were so good. That may have even been one of my inspiration points, where I was like, I miss seed beading.
Yeah.
Never thought I would say, but I do. I like it.
So I was thinking, you know what? I'll demo this one first, or do you guys want to see one of this one's the easiest, so we can maybe start with the easy one and then go from there.
Yeah, do that.
Plus, this one, I was just so excited after I finished it. And I can also show how to do that with other beads. So it's the same. It's going to be the same thing, really. So as far as like what clasp to use, I was a little low on my magnetic ones. I do have a bunch of lobster claws. And let's see, because I used my last magnetic on this one. But I thought I brought up one more that was a little different. If I can't find it, I will just use my lobster claw. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay.
If your desk is anything like my desk, good luck finding anything.
Right, I know. It is. It's a mess. I'm not going to lie. Totally messy. And so I was feeling another colorway. And I was trying to think, but maybe, what do you think? Do you think copper or purple? Or green?
Either. All. I don't know. Those all sound good.
I'm on the fence. I'm gonna go with.
What do you guys think? Okay, we're gonna do a crowd question. Copper, purple, or what was the other one?
Or the dark green, and I've got the dark green out.
Or the dark green. What do you guys think? I see a purple.
You see a vote for purple? Okay. Yeah, I need to get that one going.
Wait. Let's see a couple. Another purple.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's see.
There's the purple.
Ooh, another purple. Purple it's always says.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually really good for Halloween. So let's be Halloweeny, and we'll do that.
I mean, I got one dark green, but mostly purple. So those who reply quickly get rewarded with seeing the color of their dreams.
We can do it all. So,
couple greens came in late, but purple is overwhelming.
We're seeing lots of purple there. Yeah. And so these beads I'm putting on the mat here, guys, are 11-0. But I do feel like you could use other size beads. Like I feel like 8-0 would work too. I can't think of one. These are 11-457 Miyuki.
Okay. And they can get those from Jill too.
Yep. Yeah, I double checked. She has this color in stock, and then the other color I use, she also has. This is a Picasso blue. Ooh. They're the ones that are left over from the Caw kit.
Oh.
And nice. She has both of those colors. I use the cobalt here next to this one.
Oh yeah, that looks really great.
And so the best way to get started is to cut a strand of beading wire. Now on this one, you can probably get away with something shorter, like 30 inches, or even slightly lower than that, depending on the length you want to go for. This one isn't as there's not as much weaving around, so you can go a little shorter with this one. So, 25 even inches of beading wire. And I switched to this one. I decided I was going to go with fine. And so this one was made with very fine, and you can see my little tiny crimp there. So it's definitely versatile. So use what you have. That's my whole point. Oh, and I need some daggers. I have a little leftover daggers here. And I was debating colors. Oh, I kind of like that though. Or the shiny gold, or that's too much purple with purple. So I'm gonna go with the new one. I haven't used these yet. It doesn't take that many daggers though. You can probably get away with not using maybe just like a handful. I think in the last one I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. I would say 14 daggers is all you need. 14 to 16 or so. Okay. So some dagger beads. If you don't have daggers, fire polish, gemstone, drop beads, magatama, whatever you got. Anything is going to work. Bring your clasp on and bring the ends together. And these clasps are from Kate. Yeah, she's got these in her shop if you're looking for those.
Which Kate?
Kate Richberg and Janice.
Oh, beadshop.com.
Shop. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Kate. I can't wait to spend time with Kate this weekend for the Great Bead Extravaganza.
Yeah, that's on the 19th. Oh, no, it starts Friday, the 18th.
It starts Friday night at 5 p.m. We have our preview night. It is our 4-year anniversary of doing the Great Bead Extravaganza, which means it's probably like our 16th, maybe 17th Great Bead Extravaganza.
Oh, that's so cool. That's
Isn't
awesome.
that crazy?
Yeah. So on this, I've just brought, and this is really optional here for counts. So I put 6 seed beads on each side of my clasp, and it's again at the midpoint of my beading wire. And so that count is kind of just up to you, whatever you think looks good. Here's what it looks like with 6. It's pretty cute, but if you wanted it shorter, you can make that shorter. And then go ahead and bring on one of your 2-hole beads. If you're working with a ginkgo, I started it with the round side toward my clasp. So I brought each of the strands through each of the beads. And when you bring that down from the midpoint here, it forms a little connection like that. It just looks gorgeous. Oh my gosh, thanks for choosing the purple, guys. It looks amazing.
I love it. It looks so great with that clasp.
It really does. And I was on a magnetic clasp hunt because it was so much easier than I was trying to clasp this one earlier. And I was like, no, I kind of wish I'd done just pop it on, you know?
I kind of have clasp envy right now. I might have
this
to go.
One is like, I'm going to need to get more of these because they're,
yeah, you are.
I'm using my only one.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm going to love this bracelet. So I think it's totally the one to use it on, right?
I love everything at beadshop.com because Kate picks so much of it and she has just such good style.
They curate quite amazingly. Yeah. And so for the next thing you want to do is we're just going to build a quartet. And so picture this with super duos, picture it with gem duos. It's going to work the same way. You take the 2-hole bead and you bring each of your beading wires through that 2-hole bead for the first step. And then separate those strands. And on each one, you'll bring on another 2-hole bead. And when you bring on that 2-hole bead, bring it through the inside hole. So if this was a super duo, I'd have my super duo this way and I would go through the inside hole of each of those. So the inside being the one that's toward the center of your work, and it will leave the open one on the side like that. And pretty much all the 2-hole beads have a configuration that can be suspended that way. So it will work literally with anything. And you'll get something like that. And so if it was a super duo, it would be a little shorter, kind of a star shape. And if it was gem duo, for example, it would like make a diamond shape. So picture anything there.
So elegant.
Yeah. This one really caught my eye. It does look like a heart. It does.
But I was saying it's just not hard to do. Like it looks so elegant and like almost like you put a lot of time into it. But it's stringing.
It's stringing. Yeah. Like I said, I think I'm stretching to call this bead weaving because it's like, it's just joyful stringing. The other ones maybe more so. You could You could call them riding a weave if you wanted to, but you'd really be kind of like calling it hiking when I walk to pick the kids up or something.
I went for a hike today.
Oh, you did?
No, I'm just saying that's what you would be saying if you went to pick the kids up.
Oh, yes, exactly. In fact, I did.
No, I haven't had time to hike. I've been hiring, and it feels like it's taken over my life. But
oh, wow.
I have almost found the right people, so I'm getting very close.
Good.
You know, I have worked at Softflex for 25 years, and almost all of my coworkers have been here for over 15 years. So when I hire someone, I take it very seriously because I'm like, I might work with this person for a very long time.
That's a good thing to think about, right?
Yes.
So I brought on one more of those 2 whole beads. And in this case, it was a ginkgo bead. So I just put the strand through each of the holes and it just settled right down on top of those. It kind of looks like a little bat, maybe. You could call it a little bat bracelet. So I'm going to pick up an 11-0, a dagger bead, and one more 11-0. I'm going to do that with each strand. So you'll get this beautiful little design here. 11-0, and a dagger, and an 11-0. So just like that. Super, super easy. And then go ahead and do the same thing we did before. So another 2-hole bead, and just notice which one is your right and left, and just bring them through like that. And there it goes. That's pretty much it. So I'm just going to finish the next, sorry, they're floppy there. That's okay. They can move around. A fire polish there might be a really good choice, actually. We'll give it a different look. So again, I'm going to bring this one on and I'm going to bring this down to.
I just wanted to notice my coworker, Terry, was getting a really sweet comment from a customer for having just excellent customer service. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm looking for. More folks to join our team that are going to give you guys the very best service. And one of the things I always say to them, all the prospective candidates, is we have the world's best customers. We have such nice, reasonable, mostly kind, most of the time customers. And I want you guys to be treated just, you know, so well by whoever we end up choosing.
Yeah, actually, I was hearing that this morning. I tuned into Kate's live this morning, and they were saying the same thing, that the beading community is the best family.
The best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've been so fortunate. We've been so fortunate to have such good customers, and we want to make sure they get treated the best because they deserve it. And I'm super excited for some other collaborations coming up too, not just the Great Bead Extravaganza, which is always exciting and coming up this weekend. I have been working on 2 other events, one for November and one for December, that I think is going to blow everybody's mind. So be ready for some really fun online events that are going to be free and are going to have lots of different companies involved. I think we're going to have a really fun holiday season, and I've really been working hard in the background to plan some really special things for all of you.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what you come up with.
It's going to be fun. We're doing like a holiday a gift giving party that's going to be awesome. And
Huh.
then I'm not going to talk about the other one yet, but it's coming up in December and it's never been done in this way before. And I think it's going to be really cool. And Jill Wiseman's part of it, speaking of Jill, as well
Oh,
as
I didn't know about this yet. I hope you guys will loop me in. I'm interested. You don't have to tell me what it is even. I'm just interested from that.
Yeah, we'll be announcing it very soon, so won't be long. I've been working on the finer details so that we can get it out there for everyone to plan ahead the day that we're doing it. Oh, thank you, Dana. We try. We like to spend time with all of you. I personally just love holidays, and I love being able to get together, be with our customers, be with our friends. So for me, that's like the most joyful part of my job for sure, is when we get to have an event. Oh, thank you, Liz. Yeah. Ever since COVID, I have just found it to be so wonderful that we can all get together on the internet and have the best time making jewelry together. It's really so special.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It makes it possible to participate when, for people who wouldn't be able to get on a plane, like I find it really hard to get away.
Yes. As a mom, yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like you gotta, it's expensive. You want to get away.
It's expensive. It's difficult to plan, like we're the energy behind the family oftentimes, and unless you're taking them with you, and even if you're taking them with you, then that's hard.
Yeah.
A whole different way.
My favorite part is they get sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's like,
know.
will we be well that day? And it's kind of like playing roulette. It's just
It is. Yeah, totally. Yeah, we decided to travel for Thanksgiving for the first time in a long time this year, and I hope I don't regret it. Like, please don't get sick.
Oh, I know.
We might just to be on the safe side, like in the traveling portion. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but
if you have to do like the refundable fares whenever you book flights.
yeah. Right. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the nice part is we are still homeschooling this year, so we don't get sick otherwise very often. Jack had a little bit of a fever last night, but it's pretty unusual. But being out in the world, we are more vulnerable to be sick for sure.
Plus, you guys have lots of activities. Like I've seen soccer and
yeah. Oh yeah, we interact quite a bit for sure. It's not like we're just staying home, but we're not in like a lot of environments where you're touching the same thing. I think that's probably what got them this weekend was we went to Gold Rush Days in this little old town here in California. And there was a lot of like touch the same thing, like toys to play with. And he probably picked something up that way. I feel like that's how traveling gets you too, because you're on an airplane and like the surfaces aren't clean, or in a hotel. We're not staying in a hotel, thankfully, but those surfaces aren't that clean either,
Exactly. Yeah. And I think people are more likely to decide to go anyway with things like school or something they've booked, right? But if it's like your soccer match and the kid's not well, you're like, okay, we're just gonna stay home. It's not the end of the world, right? But if it's
outside, you're just less likely to catch anything when you're outside and you're not sharing items.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we have like 4 weeks of soccer. I can't believe it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I can't believe I made it through. I don't know if anybody else has ever done 3 soccer games every Saturday for like, I don't even know how many weeks it's been. I'm impressed with myself that I'm still doing it.
I'm impressed too. I have more video game kind of kids.
Uh,
I've asked them, hey, you want to play
I kind of
sport?
wish I did have more video game kind of kids sometimes.
I feel like, maybe it's better not to, but I don't know. But they don't want to go play. Like, I'm like, do you want to go join the softball team or something? And they're like,
No. Yeah.
They're interested in other stuff. Like they're into guitar lessons and they're into scouts, but they have not expressed a really strong interest in any sport, which I guess they didn't fall far from the tree in that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually did this whole bracelet. Look at that. Woohoo.
Wow, that looks so good. That's a great color combination. I agree, Karen. And it came together so quickly.
It did, yeah. It's really fast.
So elegant. Doesn't that look like that took her way more time?
It does.
That's so crazy.
And this is a design that I feel like if I was to try to do this with beading thread, it just wouldn't work. It would be too unstable. Like it would flop around and stuff. So this is a beading wire design, 100%. Like I think needs to be. And so here's why.
The other ones are done in the same way, right? I mean, same style or pattern.
Same style, yeah. I did a slightly different. The reason they look so different is because they're so tight. But for example, I went through the super duos and then I used the daggers here as the connector, and then I did picos as the travel. I'll demo a quick little snippet of this one, and that's the same concept here. I did picos, but instead of having a dagger join, I joined with 3 seed beads, and it made it look like a chain, which gives it a real like steampunk look, or even like a, I don't know, like a spiky bracelet kind of look. But all the same way. We're doing so good on time, I can throw little sections together of each of those as well.
Yeah, let's see it. It's always kind of fun to see how they come together with the same technique, but different beads, and they look so different.
They look super cool. And I wanted to show also the quick way I did this clasp because it was really cheeky, but actually really cool. I put on crimps. I hid some crimps in some interesting places. Now on the first one, I only did 1, but I discovered I kind of wish I did 2. So what I did is, you remember how when we started it, we had 6 seed beads there. So like over here, oh, thanks, Clem. I'm going to do 6 seed beads again, but one of my seed beads is going to be a crimp, and I'm going to make it like the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 5 and 6. So there's that. And here's.
Did the daggers come from Sam's bead box?
They did. In fact, they were recently on a live sale. They did not box, but he had a dagger bundle, which I think he still has. And all of these colors came from his dagger bundle. It was 5 strands in total.
That's awesome.
As did my lentils.
So you can check that out at Sam's bead box if you want to check out some of those, some of the daggers.
Oh yeah, and then Nancy is saying that there were daggers in the September box, which I got to work on with them, which is really super exciting for me. I love doing a bead box with Sam's Bead Shop because they're like the best.
That's fun.
It was really fun. Yeah, it was really daggers was a request of mine to include because I had fringe ideas for them, and I went literally crazy with the fringe.
That's fun though. It's just like awesome when you get to just make what you're thinking of, like I am right now.
Yeah.
When will I fit in this bracelet that I so desperately want to make? I don't know. Oh, wait, Danielle's coming. Perfect.
Coming. Get quick.
Get those seed beads out.
Absolutely. And so I was going to show really quick what it looked like on this first one that I did. So I just need to snip this little part right here. Okay. So on this one, I just did one side, and with the 1x1 crimp on very fine, which is what you're seeing here, look how hidden that is. It's like just
Oh,
the
yeah.
size of another seed bead. So I only had to do one side because the size difference here is so close to an 11-0 that I just did one side. And I brought the beading wire through it and then just crimped it there. So that's how that was done. On this one, I'm going to do something a little different because I'm working with fine this time. So I stepped it up to 2x2 crimp, and I put 2 so that the height will be the same. And I'm just kind of winging it here just to see how it looks. I'm not 100% sure exactly yet. And I'm taking a chance. I think, yeah, absolutely. They're going to work. It's going through the seed beads. 2 trips through, no problem. Okay, so there's one side. So you see what I'm doing there is I'm just kind of connecting that. And this side of the rainbow I'll bring over here. Through this one. This one I might need to tighten. There we go. Okay. So it's a little loose right now, but that's the concept. I just need to make sure everything gets tight. I might need to play with it for a second.
I'm busy just seed beading away over here. I don't even know what you're doing.
I did a live on Monday with Deb Floros, and I was doing fringe strands. And so while she was demoing, I was counting. And so I was so quiet, but I was so grateful because it enabled me to finish it while we were while we were working on the video. So I totally get you. I'm with you. Which one? Oh, I've got the micro. I don't want the micro. Let me give a second here. I've got 2 crimpers going. Okay. So just being very careful about my seed beads. I don't want to crush them. So I'm just being super gentle here. Okay. That side is good. And on this side, same thing. Bravely crimping.
Curious if my letters are going to look like the right letters or not. You know?
Yeah, and actually earlier I forgot to say I wanted to offer to make you a full-length blank pattern so you can do a full bracelet. Because we did that one for earrings.
Yeah.
So you need a long one. I'll send you one. And here, I'm just going to trim these. Oops. And I did this differently this time because I noticed on my first one, which I might actually redo because I had the wire sticking out, but I was able to trim it and fix that. So I think.
I had just decided I would start in the middle, like vote in the middle, and then seed bead away on both sides. Because you had told me you could go either direction.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll just center this and then kind of decide from there. I'm a fly by the seat of your pants kind of girl, you know?
I am too. Like I'm kind of sort of was winging the idea here for how to do this closure based on my attempts earlier. You know, I always kind of refine it the second time. So my second time making this bracelet, I think I would actually recommend going with the fine and just doing that kind of a closure.
Mm.
I don't know. And the reason I made 6, again, the reason I did 6 instead of going shorter was so I could get my crimping pliers in there. Because I know finishing them with the crimp is the best way. The weaving in, like for example, I did weaving in on this one. Weaving in is great, but it takes forever and it's sometimes a little tricky. This one, if you go with a kind of a longer start, then you can get your pliers in there. Cool. No problem. Lots of room. So it's just a moment of truth. I'm going to try it on. I made the first one a little too small for me. I think I underestimated it, but yeah. So I'm just going to keep wearing this one now. It's my new favorite thing. Yeah. This one I didn't redo because I didn't quite get it there.
They're both really pretty colors too.
They are. And so I think I have enough of these ginkgos to maybe add one more. And then it'll really fit me.
Love that.
I was excited. I wanted to see it and I wanted to experiment, but I didn't quite have enough to get that. Yeah. Okay. So let's show the other one. So let me switch back to the very fine. So in this case, now I'm using this one. And actually, you know what? It seems like it might be hard to see. I I thought I had very fine and black, but I think these are both fine. Yeah, they're both. Oh no, I do. Look at that.
There it is.
It's just I was looking for the different label. Okay. Yeah,
I
let
was
me.
like, I know I've sent it to you, but I don't know if you've used it all.
So I definitely have that. And I'm going to do 35 inches of this one. If you want to do a full length bracelet for these configurations, you're going to need about 30 to 35 inches or so, which seems like a lot, but it really does get used up because you're kind of twirling around a little bit. And again, this is going to work from the midpoint. And I'm going to use the same colors I have out. Lentil first or this one first?
Ooh, lentil.
Lentils? Okay, let's do those. Have a bunch of those. So for the lentils, you want to start by bringing 6 seed beads to the midpoint. So just string those on. Here we go. And usually what I do is I'll just grab the ends, kind of just bring them together, and just let it kind of just settle to the middle there. And from here, grab your 2-hole bead. In this case, it's a lentil, but it could be anything, right? Bring one of the beading wires through one side, and then bring the other beading wire through the same hole, but in the other direction. So they're going to just cross each other. There we go. So you just want to cross them through the bead and then pull tight. And I'm just going to keep that midpoint going. And make sure that I still have my midpoint because it kind of moved. Oh, I do not. Okay. So I'm going to pinch these together. Head down here, and I'm just going to slide it a little bit. It does help if they're even. They don't have to be super even, but and you can always trim them. But the reason I like it to be a little more even is it makes it easier for me to feed the beads on, because you can kind of do it with both strands at once. I'll show you what I mean. But so far, we have this. We have those 6 seed beads, and they're on the edge of the lentil because we crossed through. And so they're just like that. And if you wanted to, you could even put your clasp on at this spot. And so I'm going to string 6 seed beads, 3 on each side. So here's 1, 2, 3 on that side. And on this next one, 3. And this is going to make our little picot. A picot stitch is where you put 3 beads on and they kind of pop together. So far we have 3 beads, and that's exiting out of that first hole on the lentil. This would work with piggy beads too. I think it would work with, gosh, anything really.
Any 2-hole bead?
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of any it wouldn't work with.
Fun, you guys. I know many of you probably have some 2-hole beads in your stash, just waiting to be used up.
And so I brought each of those wires ends through the second hole in the lentil bead. So they crossed in there, and it makes that little picot pop.
Picot pop sounds like a really good product.
It does sound really good. It makes me want to go make the pop. Remember the popcorn that?
Here, I'll be selling Picot pop.
I feel like my kids are missing out on awesome stuff because it just doesn't exist anymore. Like the stuff that used to turn into a spaceship on the top of the stovetop, you had to shake it.
Yeah.
Does that exist anymore?
I don't
what
know.
Was it called? I don't even know what it was called. I'm losing my mind. It's
eBay. Try eBay.
I don't know if the shelf life on that would be. I gotta take into account my age here. Oh my god, they would go crazy. And so for the next step, I'm just going to put 3 seed beads on each of the strands. And then another lentil bead, and the same thing. We're going to bring one strand through in one direction. So just like that. We'll bring the other strand through in the other direction. And you can even just pull the strands apart. And there's a little, it kind of looks like chain, like bike chain or something. 3 seed beads. So the counts are the same. So 3 and 3. There's 3 there. There's 3 more.
Everybody's saying you can still buy Jiffy Pop.
You can still buy that? The stuff that goes on the stovetop?
Mm-hmm.
Really? And it's called Jiffy. Okay, I'm going to go look now. My market doesn't have it. Yeah, I think they would go crazy. I definitely got to give that a go.
Oh, man. Kids love anything with a little gimmick to it, you know?
They do. They're easy to make happy in a lot of ways.
So easy to make happy with those things, for sure.
Well, dude, I do kind of miss the days when they would play for like 2 hours with a box.
Yeah. I still get those days sometimes.
Do you? That's awesome.
That's just, I think, because we're a homeschooling family, probably. But they get very creative with boxes, and I still have a 5-year-old, so it's a little bit of a different situation over here.
Yeah, so little. It's so cute.
He is very cute.
Mine are big and cool now.
Oh no!
Don't worry, they're still. My youngest asked me to meet his friends today at pickup, so I still feel like I'm awesome.
Oh,
She ran over there and like, come over here. This is my mom, and I'm like, I know that's not going to happen for much longer, so I'm taking it while I can.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah,
love that. I of course missed one white bead. Now I have to back up everything.
Oh no.
No, it's not too far.
Tina's so sweet. And I was going to give one little tip. So sometimes when I'm making these, I'll pull one side through first. The reason I kind of stopped doing that and I started bringing each strand through before tightening it is when you try to bring the second one through, it goes through just fine, but it tries to go through the first seed bead on you. Let me show you what I mean. So you see I tightened that side, and then when I bring this other one through, it goes through easily, but it just wants to go right through your seed bead, or it just gets blocked by it when you're trying to come through. So
when I came up here today, I had gone down to check on them and to grab a drink. And my 3rd grader is studying sound and Helen Keller.
Oh.
So their curriculum had suggested that they do some practicing to see what it would be like if you couldn't hear or see. And so they had an eye mask on and like some earmuffs on, and they were practicing like doing regular old things, but without being able to see or hear. And it looked pretty cute. I was like, oh, they're so sweet, these children.
Oh, that's adorable.
Adorable. And it's such a good lesson, you know, that like,
yes,
how hard that would be and just how challenging.
For sure.
I mean, it's challenging enough to not be able to hear or not be able to see, but to not be able to do either is a whole new thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it would really change your life.
I mean, I couldn't be doing what I'm doing right now very easily. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It would change the way I work as well. Like my two greatest loves, music and crafting. You know?
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, you can still do things. It's just you do them in a different way, but it would definitely take a lot of adaptation. I don't know if it would be as enjoyable, you know?
Yeah. Something to think about for sure.
I don't know if my tea is going to work the way I did it, but I'm going to give it a
Wow, you're
go.
already on the tea. Oh my goodness. How cool is that?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty
Tea. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work as well as I was hoping, but it's a little hard in two-stitch peyote because you have to do two together.
Oh yeah.
So a straight line is a little tricky going up and down.
Yeah, peyote stitch is like because or in brick stitch, I guess, because of the way they stack, you can't get a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
It also makes it kind of hard to do a circle too.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it. I just didn't know.
You just didn't know. Yes, yeah, you know.
So we'll see. It might look okay. I don't know. I'm feeling optimistic. I've seen
I switched
bracelets
to
like this. So someone, and I don't know if they had as awkward of a shape for the letter, but someone's had to have figured out how to write the word vote in seed beads.
yeah, you think so. I wonder. I have a bet that there'd be someone selling like an alphabet on Etsy. I bet that exists.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bet it does.
If not, you should be doing that. That would be a good one.
I should do it, right? I should.
You better look that one up.
Yes, definitely. So I switched to the super duos just so I could demo both kinds of the styles. And so far I got this far on the chain one, which looks super super cool. And then I switched to super duo, and it's really the same thing. It was 6 seed beads, and then you bring them through the first hole of the 2-hole bead. They cross. You string 3 on each strand, and you again cross them through the second hole. And that's about how far I got here. And here's where it changes up a little bit. I did something a little different with the way I joined them. So for example, on this one, to join the next 2-hole bead, I did 3 seed beads on each strand. This one, I just did a dagger. So on each strand, I just put a dagger bead. So you see how you can just go crazy and do anything you want. Literally, it'll all work.
So fun.
Yeah.
What a great bead mix buster, you guys. If you've got leftover beads from Sam's Bead Box or from Softflex Company or from even a mystery box from Jesse James Beads, and any of them are 2-hole beads, it's going to be perfect. Perfect way to use them up.
Yeah, absolutely. I just did something I really loved. I'll have to tell you about. Oh my goodness, I came up with something so fun with these square cube-shaped gemstones that Sam just brought in. The beading wire was magical, and it was I was using fine in the video. They just launched the video last week, so if folks haven't seen it, but it was a stone that you could put beads on the side of because it's kind of carved like a little bit. And so I did something similar to this where you were bringing it together and then going to the side. Super fun.
Cool.
Oh, this looks like a bug, doesn't it? That would be a cool earring.
I love that. It looks like a firefly. We've been
that's so fun
for school too. Jack has this sweet book about catching a firefly.
Aww.
And the little boy like sees the firefly's light goes out because it's in a bottle. Aww. And then he has to let it go, even though he's sad and he loves it, but it's, for the good of the firefly. It's a really sweet one.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know that one. That must be new.
I think it's kind of old, actually, like an older book. Yeah, it's really cute. It's really nice for a kindergartner. Oh,
I'm trying to remember which ones we were into. There was a series that we were reading. The kids really loved them, and there was a bunch of them. There was one that was called well, there was a series of dinosaur ones that was like Dino Train, Dino Plane,
that sounds fun.
and then there was another series with a bear called Bear Feels Scared or Bear Feels Hungry, or
Mm-hmm.
and so they really liked those. Those ones were a super win in our house.
It's so fun when they find like that book that they love. When Jack was really little, he loved a Little Blue Truck.
Oh
I
yes, that
read that
one.
a
They had
thousand.
a whole series. Like there was Little Blue Truck Christmas one year that came
Uh-huh.
out, and so
Oh
I
yeah,
bought a bunch
we
of
have
little
them
blue
all.
trucks, and I went to the store and got little trees. They would drive around delivering the trees.
Mm-hmm. So cute.
My youngest tried to eat one of the trees though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. The first one didn't do that stuff, so I didn't think of it. And my second son did all the things. And
Oh
so
no.
I was
How
like,
they get you into having another one. The second or the third is always the one. It's like, oh.
yeah. And so we thought we had a childproof house, and we brought Alex home. We're like, we're ready. We can do this. And our house was not childproof for Alex.
Oh goodness. Some kids, I tell ya.
I just had seen the time, like he got up on top of the coffee table, and
Oh
he
no.
had a Blaze truck. He really loved Blaze. He still loves Blaze. And he's up there with the Blaze truck, smashing the TV with it.
My
Driving it on the top because Blaze was on, so he was driving it across the television.
Oh no.
He was doing jumps, and it was landing on the TV.
Boys are especially rough on things, I tell you.
I could hear all the little clicks, and I'm like, "What is happening right now?" And I was so afraid to go look, and I'm sure enough, yep, it's all scratched up. Nothing on my watch.
Or my non-watch.
I was probably beating. I'm not gonna lie.
Can't win them all. That's what I say.
So true.
Just can't win them all sometimes. Okay, this is the tricky one where I gotta go. My pattern for the letters is in like an orangey red color, but I'm actually doing the pattern for the letters in white and the rest of it's red. So it's backwards. Probably not my
I see a question from Leslie. Are you leaving a hole in? No. So okay, on one of them I am. So let me show you. On this one, I'm leaving these open. But on the other two, I'm using both of the holes. See, they're both getting used. And you bring the first 3 beads on each strand, then you string the first hole of the seed bead, or the 2-hole bead, sorry. And then you cross the other one. So just like that. So that's the first hole, right? Oh, and I made a mistake. In this case, it would have needed to be a dagger there. I forgot which one I was working on. But so whichever join bead you're using, like, for example, on this one, it was 3 seed beads. And you can see how I went through the first hole, did a picot, went through the second. So here's the dagger. Here's the second dagger. And then here's the next super duo. Sorry, I had to go and switch the beads there. And then I'll bring this one through the opposite way. Same hole. Hopefully I can get that to go through. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to tighten that down. So you get this, right? And so the second hole here, the one that's open, we're going to go through that one with the picot stitch. So you just got 3 seed beads on each side. Bring that through. And I always just kind of stop right there for the reason I showed earlier where it kind of tries to go through the seed bead on you. So here's the second set. And we'll bring that through here. It's hard to see it. There we go. And pop. So now see you've used both of them. And it's so pretty. And it's strong too. Seed bead size 11-0.
That looks great. Well, I guess we should probably do our giveaway pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, and I can't wait to see your
enjoying my
which you've been working on. You've been busy over there. You've got some gorgeous.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to define this E just a little bit more. And then
it does kind of look like a centipede. I was seeing a comment that it looked like a centipede. Yeah, and when you're wearing it, it makes them, they flare out a lot better when it's actually on. And I found the way to put them on is to actually bring them on that way. Like upside down. Well, sort of. I tried. That's the thing about the daggers is they're just a little bit floppy. There we go. Maybe that works. Cool.
Looks so good.
Those go together pretty nicely.
They do. Look at that. I love them. Everybody's saying how pretty and cool and what great designs they are. They all three go together.
Yeah, they do. They do. They're very matching.
Very pretty.
Here's that other colorway I had going.
Yeah, I love that one too.
Let's tan. That was really cool.
That kind of sand color with the olive green is so pretty.
Super fun. So now your bead stash will look different to you now if you're going to look at it. You're gonna see these.
You have to go look soon. Here we go. I have been working. I'm on the back side of my E, but as you can see, my project colors are backwards. So the E has been especially tricky. So I'm like, red, white. No. White, red.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. I love it in that. I think I'm going to ask, Joyce is coming by tomorrow. I'm going to ask her to bring me the blue as well. Because I would love to see it with the blue too. I think would be really pretty. But both colors are fun. I know some of you probably really would love it in a red, white, and blue, or red and white, or blue and white, or red and blue. You know, you can mix up your combinations for sure. Or even just pick a different color. I mean, you can pick green. Like, you don't have to pick red, white, or blue by any means. I think it could be really pretty in just about any color. And we carry a rainbow of these seed bead colors. So like the pumpkins that I did, we have all of these colors on the website. I've done that one. I have a bunch of unfinished ones that I have to put a finding on. There's where I used up my blue.
Oh, love that. So cute.
Really pretty. I could wear that one today. And then this one is Christmas trees.
Oh, I remember when you posted that. I was so excited. That's gorgeous. Look at that.
Good. This was a pattern that I'd gotten from Jill. And it was a full pattern for a full bracelet, but there was like no way I could do this in a full bracelet. Just this small section, I was like, oh my Lord. This is
I can see why you're out of the blue.
It's above my pay grade.
Oh, pretty.
This one's pretty too. A little more Valentine. All these colors are available on the website, so go check it out. Some of them are in trios of colors that Danielle actually picked for us that we have continued to carry forward. Like this one, I think, is Arctic Circle.
Yeah, now I remember. I was like, that looks familiar for some reason. Oh, I think those patterns too. That one.
English Garden Rose or something like that. But yeah, these were all patterns that I just came up with sitting around. I did a lot of sitting around last year, so I was doing a lot of seed beading to keep my hands busy. And I'm starting to miss it finally. So I'm getting back into it, and look at how fun that's going to be. And then you can bead either way. So if you do a message in the center, it doesn't have to be vote. Maybe it's your name. Maybe it's love or peace or harmony or joy. You know, you can do your word in the center, and then you can just seed bead both sides to the middle if you're not sure how long it's going to be. That's kind of a nice way to make sure you get it centered. But yeah, look how fun. Oh, I just realized I missed a white for my tea. One white there.
I didn't see that. I would have not seen that if you hadn't pointed it out. It disappears.
Darn it. Now I'm gonna have to back it all the way up, and I will, because I can't leave it. Can't unsee it now.
Oh,
Not unsee it now. There's no way.
I promise I did not notice it.
Well, I mean, we're on here with 100 people, so I think they noticed when I pointed it out. But, you know, I'm sure everybody's forgiving of me for that too. There are a million seed bead colors, Karen. We're just carrying mostly the rainbow, and then we have an assortment of trios that Danielle picked for us that are very pretty to work with together. Okay, I'm getting my StreamYard tool. Let's see what we got. We have 92 entries right now. You must be present to win. If you want to enter, it's your last moment to do so. Hashtag treat into the comments is an entry to win. And I am going to pick a winner. And by the way, you're winning some of these ceramic drops that we just launched today. Here we go. Advice Hound on YouTube. Are you a real person, Advice Hound, is the question. I guess we'll find out. Please comment that you're still here. Stick around, everybody, if you didn't win, because we may pick another winner if Advice Hound is not still around to claim their prize. Karen's laughing at me. They might be here. Let's see. If you are here, Advice Hound, you're going to email info@softluxcompany.com. Give us your shipping address. There you are. You're a real person. You never know sometimes with handles that are not specific to a person. We're so glad you're here, though. So you're going to have to email info@softluxcompany.com. Tell us your full name, because we won't know. And then also your shipping address. And we will send you out a pair of these beautiful new ceramic drops that we just launched on our website today. Thank you, everybody, for being here with Danielle and I today. I had the best time. I'm so excited to be seed beading. I love people, but I also have been exhausted with interviewing. So being able to just seed bead and hang out with you guys was the best part of my day and probably my whole week, honestly. So nice to be here, and just nice to see you, Danielle. It's been a little too long and I have been missing you.
I've been missing you too. It's great to get to hang out.
Thank you for bringing such a fun idea. I hope you'll come get on our calendar again soon so that we can keep it on together. You can find out more about Danielle in her Etsy store. You can also find her on the Jill Wiseman YouTube channel. And then I think you're doing a little bit with Nile at Silver Silk too, right?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of background work for Nile. We're doing campaigns together. But yeah, every once in a while we might pop on a live coming up, and I'm doing videos for lots of our favorite folks out there. So I got some stuff with Sam coming up. I'm going to go on beadshop.com on November 1st.
Cool.
And do a really cool design for them with super duos, actually. And yeah, lots of stuff.
the safest thing to do is make sure you follow Danielle on Instagram, because I notice she's pretty frequently there and pretty good about updating and posting to Instagram. So definitely look for her there in order to see all of the fun things that she has coming up. Also, she does weekly classes with Michaels. And
not
it's not
anymore. No,
okay.
I do weekly classes with me.
Oh, okay. I guess when I asked earlier, I didn't understand that it wasn't with Michaels anymore, but you're doing a weekly class of your own live video. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I do. I named it Seed Bead Saturday, and it's
Aha.
every Saturday at 2 p.m. We just do something fun with seed beads, and
I'm
it's always
still
something
catching up
new.
with everybody from being gone all summer.
Oh yeah,
I
no
knew
worries.
that, but I didn't know that. So thank you for updating us.
Hey, I think it's awesome you remember all this stuff.
Every Saturday on Danielle's YouTube channel. So that's a dedicated place that you can go follow and see her, as well as the Instagram for sure. And that's it. If you want to buy any of the fun things that we shared today on my table, head on over to the Softlix Company website. Make sure you use the coupon code 15% off everything. And Thomas will post that code one more time in the comments for all of you so that you can check it out. The Great Bead Extravaganza is coming up this weekend, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be like right here. There we go. Fall Fest coming up Saturday. Kristen and I will be together 1 p.m. Pacific. If you want to see the preview night with all of the presenters, make sure to tune in at 5 p.m. Pacific on Friday night, which is October 18th. And if you want to take advantage of that coupon code, there it is. I should have just looked. Kristen always puts this stuff here for me, and then I forget. There it is. There's that coupon code, and you can also get free shipping on orders over $89 in the US. And we will have a free gift going this weekend, so look for that as well. And you can get the free gift and the coupon. We don't double discount very often anymore, so that's kind of exciting. All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you next time. Thanks for being here, Danielle.
Thank you for having me. I had a good time.
Absolutely. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.